Good morning, dear students. Welcome again in our e-learning class. In last lecture, we learned the different kinds of diseases, just like malaria, ascariasis, filariasis, that is elephantiasis, typhoid, pneumonia, and also we learn the definition of disease, types of diseases, and pathogen, vectors, parasite, etc. I hope you all get this or you all understood what I am going to teach you. Now, in our upcoming lecture or in our today's lecture, we are going to start with the new disease, that is the common cold. Common cold, it is a viral infectious disease of upper respiratory region. Common cold is a viral infectious. As it is an infectious disease, so it is also known as the communicable disease. It caused by a group of virus known as rhinovirus and coronavirus. It is caused by a group of virus known as rhinovirus and coronavirus. We are going to learn in detail coronavirus. First of all, let us see the signs and symptoms. Cough, sore throat, running nose and fever. Second, there is the nasal congestion, sneezing, muscle rashes, fatigue, headache, shivering and loss of appetite. These are the some common signs and symptoms for the disease common cold. Now, what are the mode of transmission of this disease? This pathogen or disease transmitted through contaminated air or object. This infection is start when a virus attacks the lining of the nose or throat. In case of pneumonia, the bacteria directly reach to the lung and it infects the lung. But in this case, nose and respiratory passage get infected. What happens as soon as the virus attack the body's immune system also send the WBC which fights with the infection, which fight with these which fight with this infection and attack to the virus. Now, due to this, body get tired. Due to this, body get tired and so much energy is used to fight with the virus. And as a result of this, the person is infected with common cold, feel very tired, weak, fatigue. Those feeling is because of body use the lots of energy to fight with these virus. Okay, these are the mode of transmission of the common cold. Now, how to prevent from this common cold? What are the prevention and the control? First, staying away from the person suffering from common cold. As it is an infectious disease or communicable disease, it can be transmitted from infected person to the healthy one. So, staying away from the person who is suffering from the common cold is one of the important prevention and the control. Second, washing hand with soap and water. And it is a hygienic habit. Second, third, use of handkerchief to cover the nose and mouth during cough and sneezing. And the last one is that we use, that is alcohol based hand sanitizer can also be used. These are the some preventions and control. Now let us see about the some treatment. What are the treatment for the common cold? They are treated with like painkiller, cough syrup or nasal sprays. In such cases, antibiotics are not given. I hope you understood in our last lecture. In case of pneumonia, if they are the pathogens are bacteria, then they are treated with the antibiotic. But when the pathogens are the viruses, in such cases antibiotics are not given because there is no bacterial infection as such. In the infection is due to the virus and antibiotics do not work on the virus. In such cases, antibiotics are not given because there is no bacterial infection as such. The infection is due to the virus and the antibiotic do not work on the virus. Okay, now let us talk about the coronavirus. Coronavirus is found in animal and can be transmitted from animal to human and then spread from infected person to the healthy one. What are the symptoms of coronavirus? Fever, cough, shortness of breath, chill, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, etc. These are the some common symptoms and signs of the coronavirus. Now the mode of transmission of coronavirus. As we know, it can be spread through contact with certain bodily fluid such as droplet in cough. It might also be caused by touching something an infected person has touched and then touching your hand to your mouth, nose or eyes. What are the prevention for the coronavirus? Wash your hand often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after going to the bathroom, before eating and after blowing your nose, coughing or sneezing. If soap and water are not readily available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 60% of alcohol. This is all about the prevention and the control or some basic information about the coronavirus. Now let us move to the next disease, that is the ringworm, also known as dermatophytosis. It's a fungal infection of skin. As it is an infection, so here it can be transmitted from infected person to the healthy one. It is a fungal infection of skin. It is caused by many fungal species belonging to the genera Trichophyton and Microsporum. Here, genera Tricho, Trichophyton, Trichophyton and Microsporum. These fungi feed on keratin in skin, hair and nails. Let us see the signs and symptoms. Infected skin show enlarged red ring caused due to ringworm. Appearance of dry scaly lesion on the various part of the body. These red patches cause intense itching. Nail become thick, discolored and disfigured. These are the some signs and symptoms for the ringworm. Now the next one is mode of transmission. Ringworm spread by sharing clothes, comb of infected person, etc. Close contact with infected person is another mode of infection. As I earlier told you that it's a communicable or infectious disease when an infected person comes in contact or vicinity with the normal person using or sharing the clothes, comb. These kinds of pathogen or fungi get transmitted from infected person to the healthy one. Now how to prevent from these ringworm? Now the some preventive measures and the control. First, avoid close contact with those who are suffering from the ringworm. Sharing of clothes, sports equipment. Wash clothes in hot water with fungicidal soap help to destroy the fungal pathogen. These are the some preventions and control by which we can prevent these ringworm. Also the personal cleanliness is important. One should maintain their personal hygiene. Drink clean water, then proper disposal of the excreta, avoid stagnant of water, etc. are the some preventions and the control which are regarding to the ringworm. This is all about the ringworm. Now next is the dengue. The next disease is dengue. Dengue fever is a painful vector-borne disease. As it is a vector-borne disease, means the pathogens are carried out or transferred from infected person to the healthy one through the vector, and here the vectors are the mosquito. These pathogens are easily carried out with the help of mosquito and they reach to the human body and cause the dengue. Dengue fever is a very painful fever. It's a vector-borne disease caused by any one of the four closely related dengue virus. Mostly it is caused by the flavivirus. I repeat, it is caused by the flavivirus, FLAVI, flavivirus. Dengue fever is transmitted by the bite of female Aedes mosquito. Here, the female Aedes mosquito is responsible for the carry or it carry the pathogen, that is the flavivirus, from infected person to the healthy one, just like the malaria. Dengue virus is transmitted through the bite of female Aedes mosquito. By this female bite or by the bite of the female Aedes mosquito infected with the dengue virus. The mosquito become infected when it bite a person with dengue virus in their blood. It cannot be spread directly from person to another person. Means it requires one vector or the carrier, and here the carrier is female Aedes mosquito. The mosquito take up the dengue virus when it sucks the blood of a person suffering from a dengue. It cannot spread directly from one person to the another person. What are the symptoms of dengue? Which usually begin with 4 to 6 days after infection and last for up to the 10 days. It may include sudden high fever, severe headache, pain behind eyes, joint pain, muscle pain, vomiting, skin rash, which appear 2 to 5 days after one set of fever, and there might be a mild bleeding also takes place. Then what are the prevention or the control measure? The prevention and the control same as we learn in the malaria. Stay away from the mosquito bite. Use mosquito repellent, mosquito net, and the treatment for the dengue. Here there is a no vaccine or any specific medicine to treat the dengue. People who have dengue fever should rest and drink plenty of water or fluid. These are the some treatment and the prevention and the control for the dengue. This is all about the dengue disease. Now let us start with the cancer. Cancer is the disease which is non-infectious or non-communicable. It cannot be transmitted from infected person to the healthy one at all. Here, the abnormal, uncontrolled and purposeless division of cell may lead to the formation or the development of mass of undifferentiated cell, that is tumor, or mass of the cell which is formed in case of cancer, which is considered as a tumor. When tumor is malignant, in cancer the malignancy, the cancer word is derived from the malignancy and means malignancy derived from the malignant tumor. This is not an infectious disease as well as we already studied in our first lecture. It comes under the non-infectious or non-communicable disease. Here the abnormal uncontrolled growth of cell is mostly found in these cases. Tumor can grow and interfere with the normal functioning of various organs. When tumor is malignant, it is described as cancer and has ability to invade the other tissue. Cancer harms the body when cancerous cells divide uncontrollably to form new lumps or masses of tissue called neoplasm. They also release the secretion which alter the body functions. On the basis of there are the main two types of cancer. First one is the benign or the non-malignant, and the second one is the cancerous or the malignant tumor. These are the main two types of cancer. Now let us start with the first, that is the benign or the malignant tumor. It grows slowly, may attain quite a large size, but it remains restricted to the site of its origin. This kind of cancer where the mass is formed but it remains restricted to the one side of its origin or localized and does not spread to other part of the body, means they are stick to the particular point only. Now this disease, this does not necessarily mean that the benign tumors are not troublesome. Some benign tumors are harmful and fatal. For example, brain tumor. In brain tumor, when a person is suffering from a brain tumor, this kind of tumor is benign, but it may cause death to that particular organism or person. But in case of breast cancer, surgically, these lumps or mass or tumor removed, and here in case of brain tumor it is very harmful and fatal. Okay, now what about the malignant tumor or the cancer? The growth rate of this tumor is rapid and mortality rate is comparatively more than benign tumor. Rapid growth of tumor causes overcrowding and disruption of the normal cells. The cancerous cell compete with the normal cell for nutrients and finally kill them. So, as compared to benign tumor, malignant tumors are most dangerous because they spread to other part of the body organ also. Now, in figure number 10.12, benign and malignant tumor shows the benign tumor is restricted to the one particular site, and in malignant tumor they scattered over the all part of the body. Now, in next slide, there are a type of cancer. Before that, this malignant tumor and the benign tumor. Benign tumor are confined to one particular place. So they do not spread to the different part of the body. They are comparatively harmful and they can surgically remove. For example, breast cancer. Malignant tumor which are tend to spread from one part to the other part of the body very rapidly. So they are actually harmful and leads to death. Malignant tumor interfere with the functioning of the body system. Here, the process in which the malignant tumor spread, grow and destroy healthy tissue is termed as metastasis. Now, let us start with the types of cancer. There are 5 main types of cancer. First one is carcinoma. Carcinoma, it's a type of cancer. That cancer arises from the epithelial tissue covering or lining the body organ is known as carcinoma. It includes breast cancer, lung cancer, cancer of stomach, skin cancer, etc. Second, that is the sarcoma. Cancer that arises from connective tissue. It's called sarcoma and it includes the bone tumor, muscle tumor, cancer of cartilage and the cancer of adipose tissue. Third one is the lymphoma, cancer that arises from the lymphatic tissue. It's called lymphoma. It occurs in the lymphatic node, spleen and tissue of immune system. Leukemia. Leukemia is also called as, or it is a type of a blood cancer in which there is excessive formation of WBC, that is white blood corpuscles or cells or leukocyte in bone marrow. Instead of RBC, WBC get the formation of WBC is more in this case. Adenocarcinoma. Adenocarcinoma cancer arises in thyroid, pituitary, adrenal and other glandular tissue. Here in adenocarcinoma, we see the thyroid is a gland, pituitary is a gland, adrenal is also a gland. Means in this type of cancer, the glandular system or tissue get infected. Now the next one is the causes of cancer. How transform normal cell into the cancerous cell? The one more important question. Maybe there are number of reasons, but why the normal cell get converted into the cancerous cell? Who does this? And the answer is carcinogens. What are carcinogens? The physical, chemical or biological agent that transform normal cell into the cancerous cell. Means the cell which is normal but it get transformed into the normal cell into the cancerous cell due to the presence of carcinogen. What are carcinogens? Carcinogens are the physical, chemical and the biological agent that transform the normal cell into the cancerous cell and they are termed as carcinogens. First carcinogen is the chemical. Several chemicals are known to induce cancer. These include nicotine, caffeine, product or combustion of coal and oil. Second, the radiation. X-ray, gamma rays, cosmic rays, ultraviolet rays, etc. are the carcinogens. We know the radiation when ज्यावेळेस आपण डॉक्टर करतो त्यावेळेस देखील आपण पाहतो की ज्यावेळेस एक्सरे काढला जातो त्यावेळेस ज्या व्यक्तीचा एक्सरे काढला जातो त्याला सोडून किंवा एखादी ट्रीटमेंट घेताना किंवा एखादा एक्सरे काढताना इतरत्र कोणत्याही व्यक्तीला आतमध्ये प्रवेश दिला जात नाही किंवा थांबवलं जात नाही. Why? Because these rays or the radiations are harmful to the normal body functioning. It may cause the cancer. So the radiation, that is X-ray, gamma ray, cosmic ray, ultraviolet rays, etc. are carcinogenic. Next, the viruses. Viruses causing cancer have genes called viral oncogenes. These viruses are also called as oncogenic virus. Means there are some viruses which are responsible for the cause of cancer. Oncogenes. Several genes called cellular oncogenes or proto-oncogenes have been identified in normal cell which were activated under certain condition could lead oncogenic transformation of cell. Next, the addiction. Different types addictions like smoking, chewing of tobacco leads to cancer of mouth, lip and lung. Alcohol consumption may result in the cancer of esophagus, stomach, intestines and liver. These are the some causes of cancer. And important thing is that all these cancer caused due to this carcinogen, the chemical, radiations, viruses, physical, biological or the addition. These are the some causes by which this carcinogen may enter into our body and the normal cell grow abnormally, unpurposefully and cause the cancer. Now, the treatment of cancer. The first treatment is chemotherapy. Chemotherapy may lead to hair loss. I hope you heard about the word chemotherapy. In chemotherapy, the hair loss is mostly seen in this case, or anemia, but both get corrected after the treatment is stopped. Radiotherapy, the X-ray, gamma rays, and charged particles are used to destroy the cancerous tissue or cell, but cause minimum damage to the surrounding normal tissue or cell. Next, that is the surgery. In surgery, the entire cancerous tissue or cell are removed surgically. In case of benign tumor, it is useful. Immunotherapy. Tumor cells have been shown to avoid detection and destruction by immune system. Therefore, the patients are given substance called biological response modifier such as alpha interferon which activate their immune system. Here the immune system is boosted up with the help of this immune therapy and this help in the destroying the tumor. Supportive therapies is used to treat the symptoms of cancer and side effects of the cancer. These are the supportive. The name itself indicates they support the other therapy and by this therapy the symptoms of cancers and the side effect of cancer can be treated. And this is all about the treatment of the cancer. Now we are coming with the last part of these common human diseases and the last disease is AIDS. AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Acquired means develop. In our first lecture, we learn the definition of disease. On the basis of this definition, they can be divided into two types. Congenital disease, they are present from birth, and second, acquired disease that develop after the birth. This A stands for acquired, means they develop or acquire after birth during the lifetime. What is immunodeficiency? The deficiency of immune system. And what are syndromes? Syndromes are the group of symptoms. It is a usually fatal illness caused by retrovirus, single stranded RNA, ssRNA, known as the human immunodeficiency virus, that is HIV, which weaken the body's immune system. AIDS was first noticed in USA in 1981. But in India, the first confirmed case of AIDS was in April 1986 from the Tamil Nadu. The virus can be transmitted through or the transmission of AIDS. The first one is unisex sexual contact, including oral, vaginal and the anal sex. Second, blood via blood transfusion or needle sharing. Third, from mother to child, that is from transplantational. A pregnant woman can transmit the virus to her fetus through their shared blood circulation, or a nursing mother can transmit it to her baby from her breast milk. With the help of placenta, this kind of blood may get transferred from an infected mother to her fetus or child. Other methods of spreading of the virus are rare and include the accidental needle injury, artificial insemination with infected donated semen, and the transplantation with infected organ. With the help of this transplacenta, here the placenta is the main organ which is connected to the fetus and the mother. Through this placenta, the transfer of blood takes place. And if the mother is positive with HIV virus, then through this blood, this mother can transfer this virus to her fetus through the placenta. So it is called as transplacental. Now, this AIDS virus has been found in urine, tears, saliva, breast milk, and vaginal secretion. But it seems not to be transmitted by this fluid unless it get into injuries. Now, some preventive measures. The first, before the preventive measures, how HIV caused the infection. One more important thing is how HIV caused the infection. What is HIV? HIV is a retrovirus. What is a retrovirus? Retrovirus, that is the envelope virus that replicate in a host cell through reverse transcription. As we know, the central dogma, DNA to RNA, the process transcription, from RNA the protein synthesis takes place, and the process is known as translation. But in case of this retrovirus, DNA to RNA, that is a transcription, but in this case of HIV, it is exactly reverse to the transcription. So it is called a reverse transcriptase or reverse transcription. Once this virus enter inside the host cell, after that, this RNA form DNA. Once this virus enter inside the host cell, after that, the RNA form the DNA and it is reverse to that of the transcription process, that is from DNA to RNA. And here it is from RNA to DNA in case of HIV. So it is called as reverse transcription. And DNA is formed here from RNA. DNA is formed by RNA. Through this DNA, more RNA viruses are created or multiply, and that is how the HIV infection happens. Let us give one example. Suppose there is a one cell which is a host cell. When an HIV virus or the retrovirus enter into that particular host cell, these retrovirus introduce their viral RNA into the particular host cell. Due to the process of transcription or the reverse transcription, in the presence of the enzyme transcriptase, this viral DNA form the viral RNA form the viral DNA through the process of transcription and with the help of the enzyme transcriptase. As the host cell has its own nucleus and nucleus has its own genetic material, that is DNA. When this viral DNA get entered into the host cell's DNA, they disturb the host cell's DNA functioning and new viral DNA are formed and they form the new viruses. When they invade out of the particular host cell, they are ready to infect the other cell. In short, the virus infects a normal cell. The viral RNA is replicated to form viral DNA, that is the reverse transcription with the help of enzyme reverse transcriptase. Viral DNA incorporate in host genome cell, that is cell is infected. Now viral RNA formed by infected cell. Now this virus are formed and new virus infect the other normal virus. This is all about the infection of the HIV, or it causes the infection of HIV. There are some preventive measures. People, particularly those in high risk group, should be educated about the HIV transmission. Disposal needle and syringe should be used and disposed of properly and immediately. Sexual habits should be changed immediately. High risk group should refrain from donating blood, toothbrushes, razor, other articles that can become contaminated with blood should not be shared. Before receiving blood, ensure that it has been screened for not containing HIV infection, and some routine screening must be done for, that is, blood donation or blood donor, organ donor, that is kidney, liver, lung, cornea, donor of semen and the growth hormone, patient undergoing hemodialysis, and the female in high risk group who are pregnant or think about pregnant. These are the some routine screening must be done, and this is all about the preventive measures of the AIDS. Here are the some laboratory diagnosis. At first, the test is used to detect the HIV antibodies, while the second confirmatory test is used to weed out any false positive result. The first test is ELISA, enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. The confirmatory test usually a Western blot, a highly specific test, and here the some treatments of AIDS. Although AIDS has no cure, certain medicines are as antiretroviral drug can help in reducing the viral load and prolong the life of HIV patient. There are some examples of drug are given there. This is all about the disease AIDS, and here we finish with our first session, that is the common human diseases. In that diseases, malaria, ascariasis, amebiasis, filariasis, typhoid, pneumonia, common cold, dengue, cancer and AIDS. We learn all these diseases with their signs and symptoms, very important with their pathogens, signs and symptoms, then the mode of transmission, again the preventive measures, treatment, etc. I hope you all understood, and I will give you set of questions for the assignment. Student, please write down this question and answer this question. The first question is, how does the transmission of malaria takes place? Here you have to write the transmission of malaria along with the life cycle of the plasmodium. You can easily explain with the help of this life cycle of plasmodium. Now, second question, what measures would you take to prevent waterborne diseases? It is very common question. You can write this answer. Write a short note on pneumonia. Then the differentiate between the benign tumor and the malignant tumor. With the help of diagram you can explain this question. And write a short note on AIDS. This is all about our assignment. Student, please make your own notes with the help of these lessons or PPT show, and try to write your own notes, and please be completed with your assignment question. This is all about our first session of common human diseases. In our next lecture, we will see the remaining part of this chapter. Till then, stay happy, stay home, and do study. God bless you. Thank you.